Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Joining me on the show is regular comrade Anthony KCB, leader Nigeria Comrade Connect. Good evening, comrade.
Good evening.
How you doing?
And thank you so much.
I hope you're thank you. I believe you're ready for I want something good from you.
Sure.
Thank you. All right. First, down to our stories. Senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpotu-Duagan, has called on security agencies to investigate the reported attack on former Anambra State Governor Peter Obi and former National Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, John Odigwe Oyegun, in Edo State. In a statement issued on Wednesday, the lawmaker described the incident as deeply disturbing, warning that rising political hostility poses a serious threat to Nigeria's democratic stability. Her reaction comes amid heightened political tensions and growing concerns over the safety of opposition figures and political actors across party lines. While details of the alleged attack remain sketchy, the development has sparked widespread debate about political intolerance and the need for restraint as political realignments gather momentum ahead of future electoral context. Akpotu-Duagan stressed that violence, intimidation and threats must never be allowed to define Nigeria's democratic space. The senator expressed concern about what she described as overzealous political actors who, in their attempt to demonstrate loyalty to political leaders, resort to harassment or aggression against opposition figures. She reiterated that democracy flourishes only where there is healthy competition, free expression and respect for dissenting voices, noting that suppressing opposition activities undermines constitutional governance. Comrade, before I ask you your thoughts on this story, after we found that we got headwinds of that development, Oyo State Governor came up and said that Obi is a threat to the state, to the security of the state, and I want you to corroborate that statement with the rising political tension that seems to be plaguing us as the forthcoming 2027 elections draw closer.
Okay, definitely. What me I always say is, I always say, as Obi is not just a citizen of Nigeria. Obi is one time aspirant of president of Nigeria. So he's a big figure, he's a big fish. There is something called big fish. So which actually means that if you're going to somewhere, you definitely need to tell the authorities that I'm coming to somewhere like this, I'm coming to your state. That doesn't mean that they must be. There's a difference between politics and administration.
Okay.
And in politics, they might not be in the same party. They must not have the same ideology. But in administration, since you are one-time national president of Nigeria, one-time governor of a state, there's nothing bad calling a governor. Okay, I'm coming to your state. That alone gives them tax, because they know that, okay, one, you are coming as who you are, two, as an opposition. So they definitely have to guide you and protect you. So I think him not telling the government, even myself, there are some times that I try to visit some schools around, some institutions around. I call the SUG president, I call my EGNI president that, see, I'm coming to your school. Know that I'm around, so that in case of anything, you know how to put it in order. I'm around. You don't just visit people like that, because maybe you are putting in politics into administration.
Let me also get your thoughts on political hostility towards 2027 elections. Would you don't you think that would be a menace towards the forthcoming 2027 elections?
Now I'm seeing 2027 election as the most peaceful election ever.
But there is development that are stemming.
Why do you know why I'm saying so? Why I'm saying so is that the opposition is. I always say it. The opposition is like last week. I was in my constituency voting, and I understand what Vivas and what INEC are really doing, and I give them kudos, because without your voters card you cannot vote, and everything was purely direct there in the units. Just that some parties were scared away of coming to the pool. So why am I saying this? People what they are doing, what the opposition are doing now, is to put fear into people's mind, so that they can shy away from coming out to participate their rights, because voting and to be voted for is their right. So that incident that occurred, I won't say I condemned it totally, but at some point too, nobody was hurt. We give glory to God, but at least apart from the politicians, ordinary citizens, they are attacked some places. They are attacked in some places. So you won't take it more as if maybe this thing. It's not everything that you politicize.
Okay.
It's not everything. We know that insecurity is something that we are growing on and we're working on.
Okay.
So it's not everything that occurs we politicize. There's some how to get it. You're rejecting the society that, okay, because you came to Ondo State, they want to kill you, they shoot and all those things. That means 2027, don't come out if you are for me. If you come out, you are for me, they might kill you. And that's fear. And there are some people that have phobia of all those stuff. And you know that presently now, like what I noticed, the participants of election of voters are reducing. So we need to encourage them to come out and vote for their choice, not to use anything to rule them out.
You know, the common man that sees this development would, like you said, we shouldn't judge everything from the perspective of politics.
Yes.
But Obi is a politician,
okay,
and Obi is on the opposition party, ADC, which is a rising party, or let's say a growing party. It has been there, but their influence seems to be spreading rapidly. Now, so if you say we shouldn't look at it from the perspective of politics, he went in the state, and so what other perspective should we look at it from? Considering the fact that you mentioned that insecurity is still bedeviling the Nigerian society.
Can I tell you something? There's something I understand about followership.
Okay.
Maybe you can be there now, and your opposition is coming. You're not aware. Your follower can just decide to be proactive. Meanwhile, you're not aware. And this thing we're talking about now is something whereby it's not everybody, no matter how good you are, it's not everybody that will like you. Even in the opposition, even let it not look as if maybe it's the ruling party that, because there's no evidence. Because another is that you're going to a state, and that's why it's necessary. It's very, very necessary. It's better you inform the governor, then the governor will not pay attention to it. Then you say, okay, when I was coming, I informed the governor, they did not listen to me, or they said I should not come. The whole world will know that maybe this is politics.
Okay.
Because now the insecurity is everywhere. Insecurity is everywhere. And thank Mr. President that has been working on it day and night to make sure that we reduce it to the minimum level. So for him as a president to be, if you want to be a president to be, you need to understand a difference between politics and administration. Because if you want to take over power, you need to be ready for that. So if something happens to you, it's not about putting it out. Did you report it to the nearest security station, the nearest security? What was the investigation? Because nobody from another will come to Edo State. You. Nobody from another village will come to this other village to attack you. Where you were going to, was it safe? Were they having any issue before? Who you were visiting, is it having a clear standing with people? This is the question we need to ask ourselves. Not that we just put out everything that, okay, because I'm in ADC, the Edo people want to kill me because that's not true. That's not true. Let's leave politics aside. If you're going to your village, you need to call someone that you're coming. Either your mom or your dad. Why? If they are there. Because they are the head. They need to know that you're coming. Even that alone doesn't shows that maybe you are under anybody. But it shows accountability. Okay. It shows accountability. It shows that, okay, it's better you tell them and they say don't come and you come, than maybe you just intrude in people's this thing. And if you check before now, there were issues in those states.
Let me one more question before we move to the next story. Considering the pedigree, I only use OB as a point of contact to other political aspirants. Considering the pedigrees of these aspirants, don't you think would it be of the opinion that it will be in the right place of the government to provide probably some level of security for these personalities? Considering the fact that we don't know who carried out this attack, and then if the first one was unsuccessful, who knows, there might be other ones beyond or in the shadows. So would you be your opinion that as Mr. President you said is tackling the insecurity in the country, it would be a good development if probably to these aspirants some level of security from the federal government be provided to them?
Do you know that there is a system of politics that's called pitiable politics.
Okay.
Which is maybe I know I want people to pity me. I set up things around. I'm not saying it's being set up.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's being set up. Do you know that it can still occur like that? Just let people see that you are being marginalized, you are being attacked on. And also, if you check what's going on now, no security is being doing any politician, which is very, very correct, because they are not the only one. They are not the only citizens in Nigeria.
Okay.
We have viable citizens too. What I would say is that Obi is a big fish, which actually means that he's a force on his own.
Okay.
You should understand that too. You should have a internal security personnel to be with him. You should have a private security officers too to be with him. That's what, because you don't take because God exists, then you go through a midnight bus and expect that you land safely, especially when there are ups and downs in the country. So what I would say is that what Mr. President is trying to do is trying to not to treat any politician special. So giving anybody any security seems to be special, especially when a crisis, especially when police and all these security officers have a lot to do.
Are you considering the heated polity, like Natasha said, the level of over enthusiasm on the part of supporters of these people, or opposition parties, opposition supporters? Everything
starts from somewhere, from a seed.
Okay.
In 2023, I know, if I'm not making a mistake, Obi supporter was massive. Then, if you can't see anything online, they will report you and your account will off. It's true, it's correct. But where are those supporters now? Everything is a seed. And it depends on where you're planting the seed and where you're growing the seed. So I will say, okay, fine. Okay, what if Obi has ADC? Let me not use Obi. ADC has a major structure base in Edo State, and Obi is coming. That actually means that there should have been private security officers on ground. There should have been large number of crowd. Maybe since it's a critical meeting, not like that. But at least they should have been, the community that is going to should have been informed that somebody like this is coming. I know some communities has vigilante. Vigilante should have been aware that this dignitary is coming. But I see that maybe they are avoiding cost, or they don't know what they are really doing. Some of this process have been bypassed. And another thing, that when it's happened, not take everything as people dies. You can die. They can attack you. They can rob you. They will pay. It won't happen. But let's not take it as if it's the ruling party that is doing you.
All right. Thank you for your opinion on that story. We'll move on to the next story. All Progressives Congress in Umuahia North successfully conducted its ward congresses across the state on Wednesday in a peaceful and well-coordinated exercise. Speaking during the occasion, the chairman of the APC Ward and Local Government Congress Committee, Emmanuel Goa, assured that the committee would strictly adhere to the harmonization directive and would conduct transparent and credible congresses that reflect the will of party stakeholders. The congresses were monitored by Goa, who led the delegation from the party's National Working Committee. Officials of the Independent National Electoral Commission were also present across the wards to observe the process. Addressing party members after monitoring the exercise, Goa expressed satisfaction with the peaceful conduct and organization of the congresses. According to him, the level of participation and enthusiasm displayed by members was a strong indication of the party's growing strength in the state. He congratulated those who emerged successful in their respective wards and reminded them of the responsibility placed upon them as grassroots leaders. According to him, ward executives are critical to the party's success and must work diligently to secure victory for President Tinubu and all APC candidates at the ward level in its 2027 elections. The World Congress marks a significant step in the party's internal democratic process ahead of the 2027 general elections. Meanwhile, the Congress process is scheduled to continue on Thursday, February 26, 2026, with the local government congresses being held across Abia State. Abia APC successfully holding its World Congresses. What chances do you see Abia APC having in Abia State, considering the fact the party is the ruling party and seems to be the favorite of the people?
You see, that's it's like I think last week we were talking about this grassroots, and one good thing about grassroots is that you don't give failure, you don't give excuse for failing. You don't take it as maybe because the Labour Party, the ruling party, that doesn't mean that you'll be scared of doing what you're doing. Instead, they will still be the ruling party. Then you go down and consolidate. You go down and know the grassroots of the people. Because you having World Congress actually means that you are able to cross-check those units. And sometimes things may be happening up, not going down. For you to have this, that means you are strengthening your voting capacity.
Okay.
So it's a good one, and I will always say it, that the APC, they are not sleeping. They are not sleeping, and they are the only party I've seen that they want to, even if it's possible, win the if it is possible, safe. Because what I'm seeing the other side is not favorable at all. It seems as if they are playing games that they don't know how to play. Because okay, imagine in this scenario, okay, APC is an opposition. Am I correct? Yes. But they are doing everything necessary to overcome. I'm aware they are lobbying the governor to come in. I'm also aware, apart from lobbying the governor to come in, this Congress that is going on, I'm aware that they are trying everything possible to take over Abia State. So this is another way whereby this is another example that the opposition should have possessed, should have carried on. Because if you check throughout this week, World Congress, since last throughout this month, World Congress, it shows that these people are not sleeping. This is February. It's going to end a few days from now. We are going to March. Is there any World Congress in any oppositional party, even in Labour Party? No. They are not. They are not. And this ruling party, in fact, if they were not on that seat, the way they are behaving, they should have. In fact, it's clear. Yeah. It's clear that they would have taken over from any other party in the ruling party if they were not the ruling party.
Okay.
Because the mindset they have is the mindset of the dominator. Is the mindset of how can we win, and not just win. There's something called flawless victory. How can we clear it off?
Don't forget we're running a multi-party system.
That's what I'm telling you. Apart from APC, tell me, is there any other party that is being serious? Let's leave politics aside.
ADC isn't doing bad.
Let's leave. You were saying that I'm a politician. Like I went to my constituency. We were voting for our House of Assembly member by election. And we observe, we know how things were, but that doesn't mean that we don't have APC leader there, ADC leader there, sorry. We have ADC leader there. Were they able to come out? Were they able to observe the process? Maybe let's check how this election is, so that by 2027 we'll know how to come in. No. Were any other party ready, apart from I think few parties that was involved? I mean, because of finance and some other things, they don't even have unit agents in some units.
Okay.
So you see what's going on. And by now, I think maybe in that election, I was telling people that in that election, even if they will fail, why not participate? Why not show that yes, you are able and you want to carry power from the ruling party.
Comrade, let me ask you a personal question. If you were on the opposition side, you see the level of defection that are going on, what would still be the driving force towards you?
If I was on the opposition side,
yes.
Very simple, very simple. Me, I even like when you are among those small set of people that make things happen. First, critical meeting, it's critical thinking,
Okay.
strategy, plan.
Okay.
Let's leave Abuja alone. Everybody, in fact, don't come to Abuja. Go to your state. You being in your state, don't forget as a leader, you have, even if you have people, your followers that are dumb, that are waiting for you to awake. You need to awaken them. They are just there. They just know that they love you so much, but they are not doing anything. So after the critical meeting, after everything, then everybody to your state, Obi Abuja to his state, and Amechi should leave Abuja to his state. All of them. Then in the process of their state, you do a congress, do a world congress. How can you do that world congress? It's easy, even if it's gathering people. Politics is activity.
Okay.
Because the process of gathering people, okay, let the opposition hear that, okay, in a River State, Congress election, Congress was held by ADC. It sent a strong signal. Some people that were dumb, some people that were not active, were awake. We know, okay, yes, these people are ready. Okay, let's say this week is River State, next week is this state, the other week is this state. It shows that something is cooking. It shows that something is cooking. But at this point, whereby everybody will just be in a center. Maybe when you're going to somewhere, you go to somewhere. Then, in case anything happens, you put it on air that you feel that maybe you feel that is the people will pity you. Power is not giving. Power is taking.
Okay.
Power is taking. It's not giving. If you want to tell you that power is the most expensive thing. It's the most expensive, because even God Himself don't joke with power. Are you getting me? So we should have that ideology that, okay, I'm in social opposition. If these people are doing World Congress, let's do 2. If these people are doing meeting, let's do 4. In the process of doing it, the people will sit up. When the people will sit up, you know how to set a little confusion to bring in their key player in. It's bargaining. Thousands of people are here. The line is long. Why not come to this other side? Let's see who will win it. We are on it. We will win it. Once we win it, we will give you. It will break. Tell me if you meet any governor of any state now, bargain with him, because politics is interest. Give him his personal, give him what he will gain, and the governor knows that you are seeing reality. You will not join. You will join you. The queue is long in APC, but just that they don't have any option to stay, because that's the only way to survive. Because the rest of that party is in God's hand.
Okay, one more question. You are a resident of Abia State, and you've seen what the current governor is trying to achieve in the state, and then APC also needs world congresses. Let me ask you, what would be your yardstick for voting during 2027 election?
That's position. That's why I said APC know how to play the game. In the case of Abia, they are opposition.
Okay.
Am I correct? And which is the governor of Abia State, is doing perfectly well. Like doing perfectly well. And that's the most difficult task given to you, to be a world leader in that atmosphere. But as a politician, you go down and think beyond what the top are doing and bring in the interests of individual. Because if you check about what Congress comprises of unit ESCOs, and unit ESCOs knows their units.
Okay.
So if unit ESCOs, just like a unit 1 in social world, maybe they can be 100. they know the 100. It's like they know the community people involved. So if you have been given a task to do so, you go down to the community, you check. Okay, the governor is doing road. The governor is doing something like this, but it's not getting to you people. Or if it's getting to you people need fertilizer more than road. If we get power, we will generate fertilizer to you. We will make sure that we give you fertilizer. Okay, we know that the road to farm or the business this thing is bad. If we get power, we know that we are not saying that governor is not trying. He's trying.
Okay.
But if you try us, you see how it goes. Won't you vote for me?
For your love story. Move on to the next story. Ahead of the National Convention of the All Progressive Congress, the North Central APC Forum has urged President Bola Tinubu to ensure the election of credible national officers during the exercise. The APC National Convention is scheduled to hold between March 27 and 28, 2026. National officers of the party who will form the National Working Committee are to be elected at the convention. In a statement signed by its chairman Alhaji Saleh Zazaga on Thursday, the North Central APC Forum stated that the party must initiate consultations to elect distinguished personalities with proven track records and experience to fill up positions in the NWC, which is the National Working Committee, including that of National Chairman. The forum stressed that the rapid growth of the APC following the influx of several opposition governors who defected to the party with has made capable leadership non-negotiable. The statement added that credible leadership of the APC should comprise eminent personalities who have the required qualities in terms of age, past leadership, experience, track record, national acceptability, wide and effective network and resources. The forum further stressed that academic qualifications should not be a major criterion in selecting the party's national chairman, declaring that political sagacity and capacity are more important qualities. Let me start from that last line and get your thought. Academic qualifications are not to be the yardstick for getting especially the national chairman, but political sagacity. Let me get your thoughts on that.
One thing I believe in is that our president is not just a president; he's an educated and learned president, and he has been able to handle his structure. So I know that anyway, it was just an appeal. But for me, I believe too that education sometimes should not be a barrier.
Okay.
But another thing I would say is that for me, I think it should be, because even if you didn't start with school, you can still go back and get your degree.
Okay.
So I don't always address anybody to give excuse not to participate. But I would say, anyway, I think maybe it depends on the sector of the listening is talking about, because I don't know if there is anybody that is not educated that will want to be a leader. Okay. Because you must be a good reader for you to be a good leader, and being a good reader actually means that you must be educated. You must be educated, and I tell people, but sometimes maybe in the north, I don't know, but even in the north they go to school a lot too. So maybe it's just an appeal. Okay. Maybe even if not for the main opposition, but if you see someone that is ready to work, allow him work. Test him if he's good, allow him work. Maybe if he doesn't have educational qualification, maybe he has skills, some other skills qualification, and some other qualification apart from. That's just what I.
Let me ask you. Let me get your own thoughts on Professor Nentawe Yiwada as the national chairman, still the national chairman towards 2027 elections. Would you call that as a good choice?
That's what's coming in.
That Professor Nentawe Yiwada still remains, is still elected, the chairman. Would you consider this opinion from the North Central of sagacity? Do you think he fits into that role when it comes to political sagacity also?
I'm not from North Central now, so I won't.
I'm talking about President with the current chairman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And another thing is that I believe that we are all going to Congress. So in Congress, we'll vote our new leader. Then if anybody is returning too, with his manifesto, we can. But I know that with what Mr. President is doing, all his executive, all the APC structures, they are not, should I put it, they are active, they are capable, they have the momentum to carry on the task given to them. Because Mr. President himself is not joking. He tells you, if you listen to him, you understand that this man has vision a lot. So what I will say is that maybe if you check the North Center, it's an appeal to Mr. President. But one thing they don't know is that I believe that it's not Mr. President that will choose. It's the Congress. Okay. The Congress will choose.
But it still doesn't remove the fact that he has some level of influence.
No, my president don't behave like that. He will allow you to go and do your work. Not that he will not have an interest. Okay. He might have interest. Everybody has interest. In politics, you say don't sit on fence. It's dangerous to sit on fence. You must. But even if you are this side, Mr. President won't just go to anybody without proper consultation, because he's someone that introduced major consultation. He's good in consultation. He even that go home, go and meet your people. So what am I saying? It's an appeal anyway, but they should know that it's the Congress that will decide, not Mr. President.
All right, Comrade, thank you for your opinion on that story. And now on to the final story for today. 2023 presidential candidate and the national leader of the new Nigeria People's Party, Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, on Wednesday met Oyo State Governor Seyi Makinde behind closed doors at the governor's office in Ibadan. Although the outcome of the meeting was not made known to the public, it was believed that it was not unconnected with consolidating the existing age-long cordial ties between Kwankwaso and Makinde. Among Kwankwaso's entourage were an NNPP's national chairman, Dr. Ajid Ahmed, the national publicity secretary, Najibo Johnson, and other parties' top echelon. Speaking with newsmen after the meeting, Kwankwaso disclosed that he was in Ibadan mainly to inaugurate the NNPP's new state office as part of efforts aimed at strengthening the party's structure and unity in Oyo State ahead of the 2027 general election. He added that the meeting with Makinde transcended partisan considerations. Kwankwaso, who recognized Makinde's membership of the People's Democratic Party, admitted that he also had deep roots in the PDP before his eventual defection. Kwankwaso recalled that he later joined the All Progressives Congress before aligning with the NNPP, where he is currently the former Kano State Governor thereafter inaugurated in Ibadan. According to him, the inauguration was to establish the party's presence in the state capital ahead of the 2027 general election. Kwankwaso recently lost his political godson and the governor of Kano State, Abba Yusuf, to the ruling APC. Let me get your thoughts on Kwankwaso Makinde held closed door meeting.
We see any politician or meeting any politician, especially in closed door meeting, it shows that something is involved. Okay. It's either they are running after something or something is chasing them. Got interest. And another thing I would say is that sometimes some politicians have grown to some certain caliber. They differentiate politics from friendship. I might be on the other side with you, but that doesn't stop my friendship with you. Okay. Once I'm around, I will come around, we'll talk. Then later on, once I'm off, we'll play games, which is politics. And also, if you know, Kwankwaso lost his listen to APC. And I wish shows that the APC are trying. I was even thinking that for me, that maybe by now, by God's grace, he come to the winning side. But for him not to, that actually means that he has something that is cooking, something that is planning. And for him to visit a government is something that is cooking. It's not just beyond, it's far beyond the unveiling of party secretary, which is very perfect, which is good. Because at least it shows that NNPC is ready. Yes, it's ready. Because I saw someone that chased 1,000. He's powerful. He has done it before, and he can still do it. But for him meeting people and for him introducing this, because one thing politician does is that they won't say out their main discussion. Now they are using party stuff to cover it up. But I know that he's cooking something. He's cooking something. But let's see how it tastes like.
Governor Sheyi Makinde, I believe he has. I can't recall the party. If he is in the ruling party, yes, I think he's in the ruling party.
He's in PDP.
He's in PDP. Okay, yeah. He hasn't shown any made any body language that would indicate to us that he could be considering the of infantry of Adamawa State. And do you think what Kwankwaso is doing is throwing your lot ahead of others?
That's correct. I maybe the main thing is that for a big fish to visit a governor is fishy. For a big fish to visit a governor is fishy. So what do I mean? Maybe if people like let me use Obi in the ADC, or maybe Amechi, our brother Amechi in ADC. If he visits any sitting governor, it's a threat. Something is sent in. It is fishy. There's something that's going on.
Okay.
It's either he wants to lobby, or he's seeing how to create a relationship. Because I tell people that in Aluta, what I always tell people that even before the 3 C's, there's a hidden relationship.
Okay.
Maybe if I know that I need you 2027 or beyond, I will start my friendship from you from now. I won't tell you my mind, but let's be close. Then when you get to the time, I say, "Oh, see you don't ready. We go try help you." You won't say no. When I've protected your interest in what I'm asking you. So it's serious fishy. But anyway, it's good, especially when an opposition is trying to rise up. Because I will tell people that when opposition rise up, it boils the tension in the state. And it gives the ruling party to do more, even if they are trying. But when there's no opposition, the ruling party will just do what they are doing, thinking that they are trying. Meanwhile, they know that sometimes they are not trying. Okay. So it's a great one for him if he can penetrate the state. If penetrate your state is good, it's very, very good. And let it be an example to other opposition. They should leave politics aside sometimes and work on relationship.
Okay.
And another thing that they should leave politics aside sometimes and think if the administration is doing well, you thank the administration, you thank the governor, you thank the president. Don't get everything by fight. There is a way learned people win. Let them go back as he's doing. If you check that he just opened a party secretariat in Oyo State, which the governor is aware now. Little by little, Oyo State will have a structure base in Oyo State. Before you know, from that Oyo State now, it will go to ward and unit. Before you know, who knows? Only him conquered Kano State. So he can. But I pray that he will join his predecessor to the
let me also ask for one more question. What chances would you see Governor Sheyi Makinde having if he eventually defects to the NNPP ahead of the forthcoming election?
For me, I don't want to be politically this thing, but I think let's say it goes. Let's just say it goes. But what I would say is that the APC, they are not sleeping.
Okay.
They are not sleeping. The Maradona and all the key player in the team, and for now for him it's very difficult. So he need extra hand. Maybe that's why he needs Kwankwaso to come in. Okay. Because it's very, very difficult. And if he moves to that party, it's a trap. But let's see, because another thing is that God is God against power. It goes against power. So I would say he should try his best. He should try his best. The only thing that can save him is if he runs to party too. But another thing is that is he carried? Is he carried? Is he willing? Because another thing is that you don't just go to a ruling party because you want to rerun again. Meanwhile, you have not done anything serious to the state.
All right.
Thank you.
Comrade, thank you for your opinion on that story. And this is where we wrap it up on this episode of Atn Politics. I want to thank Comrade KCB for being with me today on the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. And now, don't forget, we're open for sponsorship, advance placement, news and events coverage, personality, society and political interviews, products, service promotion and commercials. Watch us live on www.atlanticnetwork.tv, on Facebook and YouTube Atlantic Television Network, on Apple TV channel 205, on Lime's TV platform, iFastech platform, Apple TV, Niger TV, Iroko TV. Connect with us on social. Subscribe and share Facebook and YouTube Atlantic Television Network, Instagram and TikTok Atlantic TV Network 1, and the next at Atlantic TV Net. And don't forget, peace and unity are the pathways to progress. Thank you for watching. I am Favor, Chief Question Michael.
The board, management, and staff of Morrison Media Group presents the 2026 Anniversary Lecture of Morrison Media Group. Theme: Media's role in shaping social change, addressing inequities, and empowering voices. Chairman Alex Ndudi Enebele, FSM, President, Institute of Strategic Management of Nigeria, Chartered. Keynote speaker, Professor Armstrong Idachaba, Professor of Media and Broadcasting Communication. Panelist, Professor Chris Ochonogo, Immediate Past Head of Department, Journalism and Media Studies, University of Port Harcourt. Dr. Ijoma Tobosia, Secretary, NUJ, River State. Dr. Sarah Joe, University Orator and Associate Dean, Faculty of Communication and Media, River State University, Port Harcourt. Dr. Ibiere Koki, Ignatius Aju University of Education, Rumolomini, Port Harcourt. Chief Host, Dr. Chinyere Igwe, Esquire, Chairman, Morrison Group. Date: Tuesday, 10th March 2026. Venue: Gate Place Hotel, Kilometer 5, East West Road, adjacent Obirikwere Flyover, Rumosi, Port Harcourt. Time: 10 a.m. For more information, please call Kainde Paul Obofadi 081-063-41777 or Samuel Ajinwo at 090-454-00744. Signed, Management. The board, management and staff